Hi, Hope Gen. We are so glad that you decided to join us today. We have an incredible message for you, and we have our very own Hope Gen leaders and one of our own Hope Gen teens who is going to be sharing with you today. They have 2 minutes to share something encouraging and something that inspires you. So we want to encourage you and inspire you to take notes, to put down what you feel God's telling you, because you don't want to miss this. Well, I'm done talking, so let's hand over to our friends.
What's up, Hope Jen, aka Hope Jenners? You know, like Kylie Jenner, but you're Hope Jenners because you're like famous and stuff. Hey. Okay, moving on very swiftly. My name's Michael, and I'm going to share just a quick 2-minute thingamabob about this verse in the book of James. So, quick context. This guy called James is writing the book of James, surprise, and he goes on a mini rant. Like, he's full on telling people, listen, guys, you got to do better. You're messing this up. You're messing that up. You're missing samamups. You're doing lots of things wrong, and you've got to sort it out. And then he says this. We're reading from James 4, and this is verse 7, 8, and 10. He says, submit yourselves then to God. I love that word, submit. Next verse says, resist the devil, and he will flee from you. Come near to God, and he'll come near to you. Wash your hands, you sinners, and purify your hearts, you double-minded. Humble yourselves before the Lord, and he'll lift you up. So there's 3 werkwoorde that James is using in this passage. If you don't know what a werkwoord is, that is a verb. I'm Afrikaans, and I love saying Afrikaans words with krag. So 3 werkwoorde in this passage. The first one is submit. We need to give God everything. We need to submit to God. The next thing we've got to do, if we want to survive the life, if we want to thrive, if we want to live how God planned for us to live, is we've got to resist. We've got to resist the devil. And last but not least, the third one he uses is he says, come near. Draw closer to God, and God will draw closer to you. But I wonder if you got this little catch, something that you might have noticed. Do you notice the order of these 3 werkwoorde? The first one says submit. Then it says resist the devil. And then it says draw near to God. I don't know about you, but sometimes you think that as soon as you give your life to God, as soon as you submit, as soon as you follow God, that your problems are going to disappear, or all of a sudden the devil's just going to leave you alone. Can I tell you today, Hope Jen, that's actually not true. This is proof that after you submit to God, the devil's actually going to attack you even harder. And I know that sounds like horrible news. You're like, why on earth are you telling me this? Because you need to know that the reason that you're going through this season, the reason why the devil might be attacking you, is not because there's something wrong with you, but because he knows that God is doing something in your life. And he wants to stop you from chasing after what God has got for you. So you need to know, Hope Jen, that sometimes it's after submitting to God that the worst attacks from the enemy come. And then after you've survived that attack, after you've told the devil, hi, go away, Sonny, go away, go away, go away, then you can draw near to God. So remember, the 3 steps, the 3 werkwoorde from the book of James. You've got to submit to God, you've got to resist the devil, and last but not least, draw near to God. If you wanted the recipe to life, James has just given it to you.
Hello, Hope Gen. My name is Karma Brown, and I am one of the small group leaders here at Hope Gen. So today I get the awesome privilege to share an encouraging message with you guys. So a couple of years ago, I grew up and I always had this huge bump on my left leg, this huge just bone that we didn't know what it was. And we went to a couple of doctors, they didn't know, until this one time 2 years ago. I woke up with this huge pain in my leg, and we got rushed to the ER, and it was just a crazy night. And the next morning, the doctor came in, and he was like, this is not normal. What you have in your leg is not normal. So we're going to refer you to a specialist in Cape Town who deals with bones, and we're just going to see what happens. So we drove to Cape Town the next day, and when we got there, the doctor told us the same thing, that this is a tumor. and we're not going to know what it is, but we have to operate, and we have to operate now. And I remember just when he said that, the only thing that was going through my head was that I have cancer. I have bone cancer, and they're gonna chop off my leg, and the rest of my life we're gonna live with one leg. And fear immediately, anxiety, uncertainty, those are the words that are going through my head. And I remember the next morning the doctor showed me that we have to take this decision, and you're gonna have to cut this off. And we went into the surgery, and when I woke up after the surgery was done, I couldn't feel my legs. And I was like, okay, I do not have legs anymore, but God, I trust you. And the verse that was going in my head was Jeremiah 29:11, and it basically says that, for I know the plans that I have for you, plans to prosper you, to give you a hope and a future. And I trusted in that, and I held on to that, and I was like, God has a purpose for me, has a future for me. And so we had to wait 24 hours for the results to come back and to know what actually it was. So when we got the results back, and thank God they were clear that it was just a growth and it was not cancer. So I don't know what you guys are going through right now, but I want to encourage you that God is bigger than our medical results. God is bigger than what we are going through, especially during these uncertain times, that God is working. Even though we don't see it, He is working. And I just hope, and we are praying for you guys, Hope Jane, and we miss you, and we love you guys. Thank you.
Hello, Hope Jane. My name is Manya Brown, and today I'll be sharing literally how I actually got a miracle, like just literally like a month ago, when I was in the hospital because I got an asthma attack. It was so random, but yeah. So I'm gonna tell you about this actually one specific day. I was in the hospital, and I had to like get a pipe down my throat because I couldn't get phlegm out of me, right? So they had to put the pipe down my throat so they could get it out themselves. So it wasn't good. It was the worst feeling ever, like, trust me. And they got the pipe down, and I was super moody. I didn't want to be talking to anybody. The nurses came, and they told me that they needed to draw some blood, and I hate needles, so that hurt like 5 times worse. Anyway, so I was like, that whole day was just a mess for me. Later on, the doctor came, and I didn't even greet her, you know. I wasn't in the mood at all. I was just like, okay, whatever. I'm acknowledging that you're here, but I'm not even going to talk to you, right? She came, and then she was like, we've got some bad news for you. Your lungs are completely blocked. Like, we need a specialist for this. And the other thing is that the specialist isn't here. He's on leave, and he's on his way to the airport today. And I was like, there's nothing I can do about that. So I was just like, cool, you know, just like, don't talk to me, not in the mood to talk to you today, you know. Let's not talk vibe, you know. That was the vibe for that day. And then like, she left, and my mom was talking to me like, you need to have respect for your elders. But again, I was like, no, just don't talk to me. It was just like that. And then the nurses came again, telling me that they called the doctor, and he said that he's gonna, what do you call that word? He's gonna cancel. He's gonna cancel his flights for today, and he's gonna come, and tomorrow morning we have to go to theater to check what's wrong with my lungs. And I smiled a little that day because of that news, because those news was so amazing, because, I mean, no one wants their lungs blocked. Like, I was thinking to myself, I'm going to be in the hospital forever, might as well just do homeschooling, because I won't be able to be breathing properly, and we have to wear masks. So I'm like, really? And then the next morning, I was excited for my operation because they were going to put cameras down my throat into my lungs, but I was going to be sleeping, so, you know. And then that happened, but when I woke up after that, I had tubes down my throat, and I was like wondering, like, why are these things still here? Like, I'm not supposed to be feeling anything. I couldn't actually swallow properly. I wasn't allowed to eat anything. And before surgery, you're not allowed to eat for 8 hours, you know. So I didn't eat the whole night, plus the whole morning, and after the theater. So I was like, okay, cool. And then the doctor came in, and he was like, wow, like it was actually just like a miracle, because your lungs were so blocked, but now they are cleared. there is nothing wrong. It was just so amazing because like just 8 hours before that, they told me that I had an infection in my lungs. They were so blocked, they couldn't see anything. But now, like, after that, it's just cleared. And it was amazing because actually before that, also Adele sent me a message, Psalm 13, verse 1 to 2. And it basically is saying that just have hope, giving me the hope vibes. And I was like, how am I going to have hope when I'm here, There's no hope in the hospital. But I actually opened my Bible and I just prayed because prayer is just a go-to, whenever whatever you're going through, prayer is the way to go. And I prayed and I literally got a miracle. Okay, so yeah.
Hey guys, so I'm just gonna share something encouraging. If you don't know me, my name is Cheslin. Great to meet you. I'm a fun guy, just like mushrooms and all of that stuff. Fun guy. No? Okay, cool. But I just want to share something based on John 16 verse 33 that says, in this world we will have trouble, but take heart for I have overcome. That verse is very encouraging because I know for me personally, there's been times in my life where I know life has just given me trouble. Life is just messing me up. Life has been throwing me left, right, horizontal, vertically, flipped me over, made me into a WWE wrestling match. But this verse says, take heart for I have overcome. And why does it say that? It says that because Jesus has already paid the price for us. Jesus has already done it. God knows the plans. God knows the plans for us. He has the plans for us. He's been there. He's written our plans. He's written our chapter already. He knows that we're going to get through this. And that verse just encourages me because it makes me feel like my future is secured in God, that I can trust. That doesn't matter what building block, what stumbling block, what obstacle hits me, I will always move forward as long as I am with God. Cool. So I just wanted to encourage you guys with that. Hope you guys have a great day. Peace out.
Wow, just wow. What incredible wisdom these people had to share with us today. I am definitely going to take all of what I heard today to heart and apply it in my life this week. And maybe that's a challenge you need. What are you going to take from these 4 messages to apply into your life today? We can't wait to see you then. Have a great week. Don't forget, you can sign up for our online small groups, or you can just join the link in the description below. That is completely up to you, but we would love to see you there at 10:45 a.m. or at our 6 p.m. online small group time. Have a great week. Bye.